Hello. In this training module, we are going to have a look at our group called the date functions. So for the purpose of this training, you can open the workbook called date functions. And to start, we are focusing on the first spreadsheet, which is called today or now. Before we go into the particular functions today or now, I'd just like to show you where you can find all the date functions and their meanings in case we don't cover everything and there's something that you would like to use going forward. In the Formula tab at the top of the screen, you'll see there's a group called Date and Time. In there are all the date and time functions, and as you hover over each one, Excel will tell you exactly what a date function does. And you've got quite a few to choose from. In this particular module, we're going to be looking at the today and the now function. Now, the today and the now function, you don't actually input any data. It uses the parameters based on your computer setup. So based on the country that you've selected when you set up your computer, the date and the time, it'll use that information to get the result for the today or the now function. So if I type equal today, when I open the bracket, you'll notice that Excel is not prompting me for information because there's no information you could put in there. I will then select enter and it will put in today's date automatically. What's really nice about this function, specifically when we are dealing with issues like HR, is that when I save the workbook and I open it tomorrow, the today date will update to tomorrow's date. The next one, which is quite nice as well, and it's exactly the same information but in a different format, is the now function. Again, you don't have to put in any information. You just select enter. It will give you the date and time of right now. Again, if you save the workbook and open it again tomorrow, then it'll update to tomorrow's date and time. But sometimes you actually want to date stamp your workbook without it actually updating every day. So you would like to date stamp it for today's date. So I'm just going to create a merged group of cells here so that it's easier for you to see. And what we can use instead of typing out today's date is we can use a really nice shortcut, which is the Control and the semicolon button. So I'm just going to make that a bit bigger for you to see. If I use Control semicolon, it will automatically put in today's date and not as a function or formula which is going to update, but simply a date stamp of today's date.